All right, now we have some breaking news coming in. Delhi is on high alert, as we just mentioned, for the Prime Minister's swearing in. Indigo has issued an advisory for passengers, warning about air traffic congestion. Indigo has also suggested that flyers check out their flight schedules. They've also advised that people plan their airport travel. Remember, this advisory comes amid high security in the capital. We're crossing over to my colleague Nikhil to tell us more about this. Nikhil, so we're learning about an Indigo advisory, which is telling passengers and flyers essentially to take a look at, again, their flight schedules, also to plan out their travel to the airports. Tell us more about what is coming to light in connection with this.
So, Aisha, there is air traffic congestion which is expected across all the terminals, Terminal 1, 2 and 3, which are usually used for the domestic aviation and for the international flight as well. This is the reason why the Indigo have come up with an advisory for the passengers who are scheduled to take the flight today, that till Monday morning this situation is likely to arise. There is already space congestion as far as the Delhi airport is concerned. Many of the dignitaries, many of the VVIPs, many of the Prime Minister and President from nearby countries, they are also arriving in the capital city. So the airspace is currently facing the congestion, and the domestic flights in particular might face a delay over the usual. So this is something which is being said by not just Indigo but by the other airlines as well, that if anyone is having their flight scheduled for today and for tomorrow as well, for Monday as well, then they should leave at the earliest towards the airport side, because in the capital city there are many of the traffic congestions as well. There are traffic diversions at the same time. There are many of the detours which have to be taken by the air passengers who are approaching towards different terminal in the capital city. So the advisory has come in view of the same and just ahead of the swearing in ceremony of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Back to you.
Nikhil, when it comes to the advisories that are being issued by the airlines themselves, we also know that the capital is on high alert as well. Section 144 is in place. You have multiple police personnel on the ground, in the thousands, in fact. But when it comes to those who want to travel, let's say that they don't see these advisories. Are there any measures on the ground which they'll be able to see, which will help them ensure that they're not inconvenienced?
Well, given the today a big day already in place, all the people are also receiving the text messages as well from the airlines, which they are already scheduled to take the aircraft from. So the advisory is being issued not just on the social media platform, but also being sent out to their text message as well. And this is for all those people who are taking the flight for today and tomorrow as well. And this is because of the airspace congestion. So anybody, as we have already mentioned, that if they are to take the flight today, then they have to leave at least 3 hours prior to the departure, because at many of the point, particularly in the Latian side area, which is the central point area, there are many of the prominent hotels where the VVIPs and dignitaries are staying. So there are many of the detours as well which have to be taken, which are also directed by the Delhi traffic police as well. So to avoid any of the inconvenience, this is the advisory which has been issued in view of the same. And as you have rightly mentioned, Aisha, there is heavy security protocol which is being followed, and the VVIPs as well who are staying in the capital city, a dedicated VVIP route has been managed by the traffic police. So on one side that is something which is going to take place, but to avoid any of the inconvenience to the air passengers, they should leave at least 3 to 4 hours before their departure time in order to not miss their flight. But even if they reach out to the domestic airport or the international IGI airport, chances are their flight might be delayed as well, because there is a heavy airspace movement which is currently taking place. The NOTAM has already been issued, which is the notice to airmen. That means only the scheduled aircraft or of the scheduled airlines are only permitted, and the exceptions are given to all the VVIP charters who are arriving from different part of the country towards the capital city, which includes the movement of governors, chief ministers, and also the exemption has been given to Indian Air Force, BSF, and Army helipads and aircrafters. Back to you.
Right. All right, Nikhil, thank you so much for joining us, getting us all of those crucial updates when it comes to this advisory. Also telling us more about what exactly is taking place when it comes to the advisory and the developments on the ground when it comes to the restrictions that are in place. Now, with this, we'll be shifting focus.